If you're looking for something, you know, that's refreshing and light, then I got the Southwestern Pasta Salad recipe for you. And check this out, folks. This video is sponsored by Noom. Let's get it. Okay, so look, we're finna go over just some of these ingredients, right? And as always, the full ingredient list will be down in the description box below. Now, if you look right here, look, we're using Rotini, you know, pasta. Look, we got cilantro. Look, love these little round cherry tomatoes, right? Bell pepper, mayo, we got peppers and all of this goodness over here. But look, I want to show you this right here because I just love the way these look in the bowl, and you don't have to do no prep work. Look, we got black beans, we got fire roasted. Now listen to me, folks, that's fire roasted corn. And as always, anytime I can, I'm gonna stick, you know, some red onion in there, right? Okay, so look, let me go ahead and share my personal experience with me using Noom's psychological-based curriculum, right? Listen, they have lessons, articles, psychological tricks, recipes, etc. For me, my favorites are, look, the articles, the recipes, and then the lessons. Lessons, I really want to put some emphasis on that because, listen, that drives it home in my brain. Now, to give you guys an example, look, this is how Noom keeps me on track. Even afterwards, when I'm not using it, look, when I'm outside in the exercise trackers, after you tracking what you do, when you're doing your, you know, your exercise afterwards, you know, all that's in my brain when I'm thinking about, like, what am I getting ready to put into my body? So join me and let's start building better habits for a healthier long-term results, right? Again, look, all you gotta do is click on the link below or go to noom.com/smoking and grilling. Click on the link below or go to noom.com/smoking and grilling to take your free Noom evaluation. Okay, so, you know, after going over that, you know, you gotta prep your chicken, right? So it doesn't matter if you take your chicken and you do it on the grill, or you do it, you know, like on the pan, like how I did it. You know, you cook it that way. You can even use a rotisserie chicken. I'd suggest not using the rotisserie chicken only because it's super soft and tastes so good, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't use it just because of the softness of it. I like to cut mine and get me some cubes, you know? That's the kind of salad that we gonna do. Hey, but that being said, check this out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just prep my, you know, my veggies. I'm gonna dice the bell pepper down, and this right here, I'm just gonna go ahead, you know, and get me a nice fine chop. Okay, look, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these like how I like them. That's up to you. How much bell pepper you like, that's how you decide that. And then you can decide how big of a chop, you know, a dice that you're gonna do. But for myself, I go with it like this right here. It's probably like 1/4 of an inch, right? This right here is good. So let me go ahead and finish doing this, getting these chopped down, and then we go from there. Okay, so look, now we finally get down to the good part, right? So I already got my pasta. I'm gonna go ahead. You want to get yourself a bowl big enough to do your mixing, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just add this. Listen, we can always add some later. This was actually 16 ounces. You know what I mean? Usually I put about 12, 13 ounces. So if it's not enough, you know what I mean, or I can see it could take some more, I'll just add some more. Now we want to cube this up, right? So we want everybody to get some chicken. So I'll just do it this way. You know what I mean? Oh, it's nice and tender. I think I'm gonna eat that piece right there myself. You know what I mean? So look, we'll just go ahead and do it like this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and just cube it up just like this, right? I say cube, but you know what we doing. We dicing, folks. Okay, so you can see it's cooked right. I don't know if you guys can tell, you know, by the camera, but look at that. It's still juicy. Hey, this is what you wanna have right here. This is what's gonna make your guests or your family or even yourself, if you're the only one tasting it, make you, look, this helps you when you make good food and it's a little bit on the healthier side. Come on, folks, how can you not? Now, let me go ahead and clean my hands up, get my cutting board out of the way, get cleaned up, and we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients to it. Okay, so you can see how I look at this stage, right? We got our diced chicken on top of our, you know, pasta. That's cool, right? So look, I'm gonna go ahead, now I'm gonna just start putting in, you know, the rest of my ingredients that go in here, you know, right now, right? So before I make the dressing, I'm gonna show you the ingredients that go. So this is bell peppers. I just like to just get half of this because half of it is going in here now and the other half is going into the dressing. So I just take it, and you don't have to be that accurate. You know, we just get it like this, right? We gotta look at that. I tell you, I'm big on the presentation and how everything looks, right? So a lot of green, you can see the pasta in the background. But look, once you start hitting it with the red onion, look at how this starts coming together. You know what I mean? Ooh-wee. Now notice I get in here and I get all of my onion. I'm an onion fan. Pasta has a different color yellow tint on it, right? But now when we add our corn, and don't forget, just that fire roasted corn. So listen, when you use level up ingredients, that just levels up your dish, right? So we just hit it like this. Tell me what you think. Let me know down in the comment section below. Then look, we got a whole lot of color and light, right? So we like to make that pop. You always want to add yourself something dark. And listen, why not add black beans? Right, look at that right there. I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a mix right now, just so that we can just see what we're working with. We're gonna tie it all in, together once we go ahead and add that dressing. With this right here, look at this. Ah, yeah, this was perfect. Perfect amount, of pasta. You cut up enough chicken, it should be just right. And then it's really about the size. If you go bigger, you might want to do 3. You know what I mean? But 2 should just do this for you. You want to get yourself your tomatoes, right? Now look, I didn't want to cut these and prep these because there's no problem to do it. And then for those of you guys that was brought up with Big Mama, G-Ma, you know what I mean? You remember how she used to cut everything and she just cut like this? I know it's not the most best way, to cut them, but listen, this is the way we learn. So I'm not gonna bore you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut them. You can see I'm just being cautious. You know what I mean? Make sure nothing goes wrong. You know what I mean? Or you can just take them. I'll do one for you like this. You can take them. You can do them like this. You know what I mean? And then you can go. For me, I just do what's comfortable, but this right here is the proper and safe way to do it. Just go ahead and cut them in half and start adding your tomatoes. Now you can use cherry. I think I said cherry in the very beginning, but these are grape tomatoes. So now look, now that I didn't put the tomatoes in, I had already started stirring it up. Really what I do is I put them in, I put so many in, I usually try to think about a cup full, right? So when I put them in, I look at it and I want to see, like, is everybody gonna get some? Is that cool? Like, say this was a spoonful. If you lift it up like that, I like to at least see 1 on there. And I can see them throughout. So I know this was the right mixture. I even added a couple of more until it became eye-pleasing to myself. Now look, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and make our dressing. And I'm gonna use this bowl that I put this in here like this, because listen, this will hold all of my ingredients, right? So we got mayo. Now I'll come with the sour cream. This right here is a Chipotle chili. Listen, I put this in last because I got to take it and then dice it down nice and fine and then add it. You know what, it gets a little bit on the messier side, you know what I mean? So I do that very, very last, add that, and then we just whisk it together, right? So now I'll take the rest of my ingredients, right? My seasonings, my lemon juice, and last but not least, let me dice. Okay, so look, you might not can tell because I did kind of like dice it down, real nice and small. You know what I mean? That's it right there. Now, you remember we had the rest of the cilantro? I'm gonna just go ahead and add it. Might look like I got a lot, but check it out. Let me put it all together and start blending it, mixing it together. I'm gonna use my whisk, and then we're gonna go from there. Here we go. Now you can see the adobo gives it that color, the taste, and it gives it that pop, right? Now you're talking about a dressing, this is it right here. Now, when you think about dressing, we use some good ingredients, you know what I mean? It's really, really light and refreshing. That goes along with, using noon, right? Listen, for me, it's the psychological. All of this plays together and helps me on my journey for me losing weight. Okay, this is it. What y'all didn't see is I done hit it a couple of times. You know what I mean? It's always chef's choice to go ahead and taste it. Hey, I can tell you this right now. If y'all got some wings and need some ranch, this right here is fire, folks. All right, so this is the moment that everybody been waiting on, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just start adding a little bit. This is good right now. I like to add everything in increments, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? So now we'll just go ahead and start folding this over and getting it mixed. You know what I mean? You can see it just starting to come together right now. Obviously, it'll take a whole lot more. You know what I mean? I don't know what that was right there that just jumped out of here. I don't know why it's trying to get away from that ranch. You know what I mean? But look at this right here. Now, if you have anything left over, if you got some wings or something like that, make yourself some naked wings. Just keep it down to just the protein without all of them other sauces on there. And this right here, do it for you also, folks. And this right here is what a Southwestern pasta salad should look like. You can get yourself a bowl of this right here. You know what I mean? Look, you can see the chicken, you can see the pasta, the black beans, tomato, you know what I mean? Red onion. This right here, this is what you want. Nice, It's a lot on the healthier side, you know what I mean? It's refreshing, you know what I mean? We like to get some of these on the top, maybe top it off with a piece of, ooh, look at that right there. When I see that color on that chicken, that tells me right there, I know it's right. And I'm a fan of the corn too. This is just a nice, healthy meal. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Listen, I've been eating this. You know, it's always chef's choice, right? Listen, nice and refreshing. I can't say that enough. You know what I mean? We use nice, fresh, you know, good, wholesome ingredients, and this is what we come up with. Hey, and not to mention that it look good. I tell you, everything really ties in to be psychological. Listen, if it look good, you got fresh ingredients, you seasoned it just right, you know what I mean? You held back on that salt, you know it's gonna be fire, right? So listen, I'm not finna over talk it. I'm gonna use this opportunity to go ahead and get myself a little more, but you know I'm gonna start with that chicken. Cheers, folks. Oh man, this is right. This is right, folks. Hey, you know what? I actually just feel better knowing, for me, it's really like the psychological, right? Look, a lot of fresh ingredients, you know what I mean? Got them together, put them right here. It looks great. You know, it tastes good. You know what I mean? And when I tell you it's light and refreshing, that's what it is. I want you guys to, when you make this, you know, come back, leave me a comment down in the comment section below. Now, go to noom.com, right? / listen, smoking and grilling with AB, right? That's where you'll get yourself a free evaluation, just like I did for myself, right? This right here, you're talking about using something, this is exactly what I use. And when I use the words like psychological, listen, I'm on my weight loss journey. It's really like making a lifestyle change. So listen, that tied into my brain, and it just helps me, just makes me think like, hey, these are the type of meals and things like this is what I want to put together, you know, and this is what I want to eat. Now, check this out. If you're new to my channel, let me just take this time to say, hey, thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I want you guys to tell everybody out there, listen, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And with that being said, guys, I'm about to get down and really chow down. Peace.